Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, students of 626. I'm Professor Patti, and I am leading you through the exciting final few weeks of your spring semester 2025. We're going to open the PDF, and I just want to give you a couple touch points. We've got very important parts of your syllabus that I'm sure you've memorized at this point, right? Blazing right ahead, I'm just going to be going over the remaining assignments of the semester. So we've turned in journal 1, 2, 3, assignment 1. You've met with me. We just turned in our community assessment, which is really and truly your plan for interviews. I'm looking it over and making sure that nothing egregious is happening here. And then you're going to conduct interviews much like the ones I've been doing, which is to say, relaxed, trying to gain community members' perspectives, seeing how your view of the community is different than other people's view of the community, examining your own biases. I had a wonderful unplanned introduction to Kendrick Lamar and the ways that I am still not able to follow along on a lot of topics that are important to a lot of people. So I'm hoping that you're coming across these kinds of awakenings as well. We have assignment number 3, which is your plan for what you might do in the community. And then we have assignment 4, which is 3 sections. So hopefully these 3 sections, you have kind of a groundwork or some things laid out with your journal activities to be thinking about competencies, to have thought about them. Hopefully you've been submitting some field logs every week for your internship and addressing your competencies. Hopefully your assignments from this course are paralleling some of those things. So if you have these kind of competency things already done, you could always submit the assignments. Here's our whole syllabus. We have some syllabus review slides. What was the other thing I wanted to show you? Oh, if you're thinking about your LSW. So after graduation, the Counselor, Social Worker, Marriage and Family Therapist Board of Ohio, you're going to know these letters really well. After all these years, I Google CSWMFT and the .gov one pops up and I go to it. So if you want to be licensed and you're an LSW, these are the LSW license instructions. So you're going to be paying an $80 application fee and a $3.50 license fee on the e-license site. If you are currently in school, you need a letter of good standing, which you need to talk to someone in our social work department about. If you have already graduated, you don't need the letter of good standing because you will have your unofficial transcripts in graduation. You upload them on your e-license dashboard. You will use your e-license dashboard to renew your license every time, every 2 years for the rest of your career. There's a laws and rules video, and before you're awarded your license, there's an exam you have to pass. Let's say it's 20 questions wrong or 20 questions long. You take 15 questions right. You just keep retaking the next 5 until you pass them all. Low risk here. They're going to go over the video. They're going to tell you the laws and rules. You're going to say what they are. You have to pay for an FBI and BCI background check. And if you look up BCI and FBI background check, there are places that just do this that you can just find. Most of them are an office you walk into. They work with a lot of different medical professionals. You need to request official transcripts. You do this through the CSU website. Then you have to pass the test, easy peasy. So there's documents that are required, there's steps that are required, but the CSW MFT Ohio website is your friend. There's also information on here after graduation about your logs. So if I wanted to search the website about logs, oh, here's the search bar. I would say LSW training supervision log. LISW supervision training. These are all the things you will have done. these are all the rules that go over it. Records of training shall be maintained by the supervisee and be made available to the board upon request. There is a sample supervision log. It says click here. It's a lie. There are sample supervision logs. Sample supervision log. Which are on here. I don't know where they are, but most of the social workers I know have a page saved. So maybe I'll put a sample supervision log in your folder this week and this is how we end up with so many things in my folders. So that was my little check-in. We do have things that are due a few weeks in a row. And then for the last half of April, you don't have to turn anything in. I have some very exciting interviews coming up that I think you're going to really enjoy. So I'm hoping for 2 or 3 interviews a week for those last few weeks. When you are ramping down, please be active in the discussion boards. Email me if you have questions, but most of all, I'm so excited for all of you, and I can't wait to see what you do out in this wonderful world as social workers.